Hello and welcome to our webinar on getting started with Autodesk's BIM 360 team. This is a review of the BIM 360 team product and how people use it. Then we'll go over, step by step, how to get started with BIM 360 team and how you navigate with it. This webinar is one of many offered by MicroCAD Training and Consulting, one of the leading Autodesk resellers in the Northeast. Go to www.microcad3d.com to see our services and events. BIM 360 team is designed to let users collaborate in the cloud. Why is this important? In the BIM world, we see projects with more and more partners coming and going during the project, all of whom need access to the full data. Because BIM focuses on getting out of conceptual design and into detailed design earlier, there is a large amount of data that needs to be created, reviewed, and approved by many organizations. These partners could be geographically spread across the nation, and the people involved are on many projects. They tend not to be tied to a desk in the office. They are in the field, in the trailer, at design review meetings, or in their car going back and forth from one place to another. We need a way to share vast amounts of information amongst all our project members, easily accessible anywhere on any device. This is what BIM 360 team does. Before we get into the picks and clicks, let me define some terms. First, the name of the product is BIM 360 team, not A360, not BIM 360. Autodesk has and continues to use these terms to loosely refer to their cloud-based offerings, but the product for data sharing is named BIM 360 team. On some of the screens, you may see A360 or A360 team. Don't let it distract you. BIM 360 team is built on a data foundation called Autodesk Forge, which is an open source software project available to any developer. Autodesk expects third-party software developers to build apps that use the Forge platform and the BIM 360 team interface. The term hub is used to denote all of the data that you upload to the BIM 360 team system. A single hub will host multiple projects. All user access to the BIM 360 team system is with your Autodesk login. If you do not yet have an Autodesk login, create it before using BIM 360 team. There are different kinds of users. One person is the hub owner who can manage the hub itself. Team members can work on any of the projects in the hub. Project editors are invited to one project and can't see other projects unless they are invited to those. Project viewers can only view documents and projects to which they have been invited. So the BIM 360 team environment allows for a lot of data management, organizing projects, giving user privileges, and sharing information. This is the data foundation for a lot of things. Autodesk itself has created a number of apps which sit on top of BIM 360 team. These are aimed at specific tasks in the AEC process. Autodesk will continue to create new apps to meet user needs, so this list will be ever growing. We are not going to talk today about any of these specific apps, just the BIM 360 team. So how do people use BIM 360 team? In the early conceptual stages of the project, the designers may be trying many different alternatives, providing only enough information to allow the client to review each. Comments could be posted by editors for the team to respond. These comments are kept for review. Each comment is identified by its author. Since we are maintaining versions, changes between one version and another of a Revit model can be highlighted. Earlier versions can be retrieved and worked on if desired. As the project moves to detailed design, more information is available in the model. Editors and viewers can query objects in the model to see properties. Viewers and editors can pan, zoom, and orbit the 3D model at any time for clarity. These functions use the same controls that users are familiar with from their CAD usage. At construction phase, people in the field or in the trailer use portable devices, laptops, iPads, phones, to access documents on BIM 360 Team. All kinds of documents could be reviewed. Models, drawings, specifications, email communication, whatever kind of documents necessary in 2D or 3D. On the drawing, users can measure to confirm distances in the model. Again, markup or red lines communicate problems in the field for resolution. Remember that team members are notified of changes so everyone knows when there is a problem in the field. This speeds up resolution. During construction, the BIM 360 Field and BIM 360 Docs apps are useful add-ons to BIM 360 Team. So we see that BIM 360 Team will be used throughout the project development cycle by all the partners in the project. Indeed, the value of the tool increases the more partners use it. Let me turn the presentation over to Laura, who will step you through getting started with BIM 360 Team.
One of the first things you will need to do when setting up BIM 360 Team at your company is making sure your contract is assigned to the correct hub where your company's projects will be hosted. In order to start this process, the account manager for your Autodesk licenses will need to log into their account. They can do so by going to www.autodesk.com, clicking the Sign In button in the upper right-hand corner, and choosing Autodesk Account. Once logged in, the account manager will need to click on the Products and Services icon on the left-hand side. This will show a list of the software your company has purchased and has access to. They will then need to find BIM 360 Team on the list and click on the Access Now link below that listing. From this page, the purchase contract can be assigned to the respective BIM 360 Team hub by selecting the Team hub and clicking on the Assign Contract option. From here, the account manager will be able to choose an existing hub to assign as the primary hub for the contract, or create a new hub to assign. Once this has been done, the team members that will be working in this hub will also need to be granted access to BIM 360 Team. Now, let's look at the steps for giving the team members access to BIM 360 Team. When granting users access to BIM 360 Team, the account manager will also need to log into their Autodesk account to choose the users that will have access. This can be done by selecting the user's icon on the left-hand side. Once the user's icon has been selected, you will then be able to manage which users at your company will have access to the software that has been purchased by your company. This can be done by finding the user's name and email on the list and clicking on Edit Access to the right of their information. If you do not see a user on the list that needs access, make sure they have set up their Autodesk account and you will be able to add them to the list. Once the account manager has clicked on Edit Access, there will be a list of all the software purchased by the company, with checkboxes to assign each of them to the user that was selected. In this image, you can see that Autodesk BIM 360 Team has been assigned to my account, so I will now be able to work on projects in my personal BIM 360 Team hub and in my company's BIM 360 Team hub once I am invited to projects. Now let's cover how to log into BIM 360 Team, as well as a quick overview of the interface using a web browser on your desktop. To begin using BIM 360 Team, you will of course need to log into BIM 360 Team. You can do this by going to team.bim360.com. The information you use to log in here needs to match your Autodesk account. Once you are logged in, you will see your hub name at the top, as well as a list of projects below that, and all of the activity that has taken place recently on the right. For this example, I have logged into the MicroCAD Training and Consulting Hub. You will notice in the upper right-hand corner, there is an orange box that indicates that I am still in trial mode. This hub has only recently been activated, so it can take up to 4 hours for the activation to be fully processed. Luckily, the trial is fully functional and will allow you to use it for 30 days before it requires an activation. Also from within your hub, you can click on your initials on the top right corner to view all of the hubs that you have been invited to projects in. For example, since I am a collaborator for projects for MicroCAD training and consulting, I would be able to access the projects in the MicroCAD training and consulting hub that I have been invited to. This process allows everyone to work together in a hub who have been invited to contribute to projects. This includes team members within the same company, as well as outside collaborators that may have their own company hub, but also need to help with projects within your company's hub. Just to reiterate, the way BIM 360 team is set up, a collaborator will only have access to projects they have been invited to. So you don't have to worry about them seeing other projects they are not invited to that are also on your company's hub. Now let's take a look at how to start a project in BIM 360 team and how to invite collaborators to that project. To start a project, you can click on the Create Project button in the upper right-hand corner. You will then need to name the project, and you will be able to choose an avatar or an image for that project as well. Once the project has been created, you will be able to invite project members to have access and contribute to that project. When you are sending an invitation, you will be able to decide whether or not that person will have editing capabilities or only viewing capabilities within that project. From here, you will be able to upload files from a variety of sources. All of the invited collaborators will also be able to upload files to their projects that they have been invited to. Each person that has been invited to a project will also receive an email letting them know that they are now a contributor. That will make them aware of which projects they will have access to. Notice in this example, it states that the access is limited to this project only for this specific invitation. Once a project has been established, it is now time to upload files related to that project. Here is a list of file types that are viewable through BIM 360 Team. As you can see, this list is pretty extensive and provides an excellent and easily accessible location to store all of your project-related files. Once you have access to a project, you can open it to view the files that are within, as well as upload anything you need to contribute. You can do so by clicking on the Upload button at the top and navigating to the files. In this example, I am uploading a Revit file, 3 AutoCAD files, a JPEG, and a text file. Other project members will be notified that I have uploaded these files to the project. Since each of the collaborators will have their own login to BIM 360 Team, it is easy to track what each member has contributed. Once these files have been uploaded, you will be able to view the files within BIM 360 Team that match the file types from the Viewable File Type slide we covered earlier. For example, this means that a project member could view a Revit file in BIM 360 Team without having a copy of Revit on their machine. As you can see, for larger files, this may take some time to load, but in this example, I am getting a complete model and not a static image, so there's a reason for the longer load time. Across the bottom of the viewing window, there are several tools you can use within BIM 360 Team. These tools include navigation options, markup tools, and ways to analyze your model. I will now show you a couple of quick examples of the tools used within BIM 360 Team for adding comments and markup. Adding markup and comments should be an easy process for all of your collaborators. Using the comments option on the bottom, you can place a comment on a point or on an object in your model. This will allow members to call out areas that need to be discussed or changed. Once a comment has been made, it will allow others to see the comment and reply to the comment as needed. These comments will also be numbered. I added a comment before this, which I deleted, so the new one is labeled with a 2 to keep track of the order and how many comments have been made. There is also a markup tool along the bottom that allows you to add lines, shapes, and text to mark up any part of the model or document you need to draw attention to. In this example, I am circling the entryway, and I will also point out one of the windows. I could also add text using the text tools to explain why these areas are being highlighted. Once I'm finished, I can save my markups, and now other project members can view what I have done. While there are clearly several other tools you can use within the BIM 360 team interface, we are hoping that this will help you get started and get comfortable using BIM 360 team for your project collaboration.
Okay, so Laura has shown you how to get started with a BIM 360 team project. The functionality is there for you to be successful. But if you run into any hiccups on the way, here are some resources you can use. Autodesk hosts a knowledge network with lots of good information about setting up and using BIM 360 team. They also have a forum for users to ask questions and exchange information. This is a great way to see what others are doing with BIM 360 team. Finally, MicroCAD customers can call us directly and get live support as necessary. This webinar was one of many offered by MicroCAD Training and Consulting, one of the leading Autodesk resellers in the Northeast. Go to www.microcad3d.com to see our services and events. This concludes the Getting Started with BIM 360 Team seminar. Thank you for